Most people think they know Donnie McClurkin, they know the voice that carried them through grief. They know the songs that helped them survive moments they didn't think they'd make it through. They know the man who told them, again and again, that when you've done all you can do, you just stand. But at 66 years old, Donnie McClurkin revealed a reality so heavy, so layered with pain and perseverance, that it forced even his most devoted supporters to stop and really look at the cost behind the calling. What fans saw as shocking weight loss, what social media whispered about in fear and speculation, turned out to be just the surface of a battle that has been quietly raging in his body, his spirit, and his life. In early January 2026, Donnie appeared virtually on Tamron Hall's show, and from the moment he appeared on screen, viewers could tell something was different. His frame was noticeably slimmer. His face looked tired. Concern flooded the comments almost immediately. Tamron, carefully and compassionately, asked the question everyone was thinking. And Donnie, as he has done so many times throughout his life, chose honesty over fear. He explained that the sudden weight loss wasn't directly caused by his stage 4 colon cancer, but by a severe stomach virus that hit his already weakened body hard. "I lost a lot of weight because of a stomach virus," he said plainly. "It has nothing to do with the cancer, but with cancer, everything gets amplified." Donnie McClurkin first revealed his colon cancer diagnosis in September 2025, a moment that stunned the gospel world. For decades, he had been known for discipline. No smoking. No drinking. A clean lifestyle built around faith, routine, and purpose. In a November 2025 interview with People magazine, he admitted the diagnosis shook him deeply. "I never thought cancer could hit me," he said. "I've always taken care of myself." The cancer was discovered after routine screenings revealed irregularities following abdominal discomfort. What followed was emergency surgery to remove part of his colon, then aggressive chemotherapy, radiation, and immunotherapy. Treatments that saved his life, but left his body vulnerable. So when a severe case of gastroenteritis hit him in late December, it didn't just slow him down. It flattened him. He described being unable to keep food down, severely dehydrated, weak, and exhausted. Within weeks, he had lost nearly 20 pounds. Medical experts later explained that chemotherapy suppresses the immune system, making even common illnesses dangerous. Donnie confirmed that reality himself. "With cancer, everything hits harder," he said. And yet, even in that weakened state, he showed up. Not to perform. Not to impress. But to reassure the people who love him that he was still fighting. What makes this moment even more powerful is that Donnie McClurkin's life has never been a story of ease. Long before cancer, long before awards and sold-out concerts, his life was marked by trauma that would have destroyed many people before adulthood ever arrived. Donnie McClurkin was born on November 9, 1959, in Copiague, New York. He was the third of 4 children in a church-going family that, from the outside, appeared stable and God-fearing. But behind closed doors, his childhood was marked by horror. At just 8 years old, Donnie was sexually abused by his uncle. 2 years later, at age 10, he was abused again, this time by a cousin. These were not just moments of pain. They shattered his sense of safety, identity, and trust. He carried the confusion, shame, and fear silently, as so many survivors do. The trauma planted deep questions about himself, about God, and about who he was allowed to become. When Donnie was just 13, his 2-year-old brother wandered onto a highway and was struck and killed by a car. The loss devastated the family, but it broke something in his mother that never healed. She fell into a deep depression, stopped caring for herself, and slowly faded. When Donnie was 15, his mother died. Officially from heart failure, but Donnie has always said the truth felt simpler and more painful. She died of a broken heart. Imagine being 15 years old, already carrying unspoken abuse, and now standing at the grave of the woman who brought you into the world. For many people, that would have been the end of faith. But for Donnie, it became the beginning of something complicated and deeply spiritual. Music became his refuge. Worship became his language. At 9 years old, he gave his life to Christ. Not because everything was fixed, but because he needed something to hold on to. By his teenage years, he was leading worship, his voice carrying a weight people could feel even if they didn't understand why. There was an anointing on his life long before there was healing. In 1980, at just 21, Donnie formed the McClurkin Singers and later joined the New York Restoration Choir. These weren't just musical opportunities. They were training grounds. Places where his gift sharpened while his pain remained unresolved. His breakthrough came in 1996 with his self-titled debut album and the song that would define his legacy, Stand. After you've done all you can, you just stand. Those words weren't theory. They were survival. The album went platinum. Suddenly, Donnie McClurkin wasn't just a worship leader. He was a voice for people who were barely holding on. Then Came We Fall Down, another anthem that acknowledged human weakness without denying divine grace. Awards followed. Grammys. Stellar Awards. Dove Awards. Platinum records. But success didn't erase the internal war. For years, Donnie struggled privately with the impact of abuse on his sexuality, identity, and sense of worth. He felt called and conflicted at the same time. In 2002, he did something few leaders dared to do. He told the truth. In interviews and his book Eternal Victor, Donnie openly shared his story of childhood sexual abuse and his journey toward healing. The response was explosive. Survivors felt seen. Others criticized him fiercely. Some questioned his leadership. Some accused him of hypocrisy. But Donnie didn't retreat. In 2001, he founded Perfecting Faith Church, building a ministry centered on healing, transparency, and grace. It became a refuge for people hurt by religion and life itself. Controversy followed him again in the mid-2000s when he publicly supported traditional biblical views on marriage. LGBTQ activists condemned him. Some venues canceled performances. Radio stations pulled his music. He was praised by conservatives and vilified by progressives, often at the same time. But through it all, Donnie maintained that he was sharing his own testimony, not condemning others. Despite everything, his music never lost its power. Album after album resonated. Collaborations with gospel legends followed. His voice remained undeniable. His testimony continued to change lives. Even his personal life carried quiet pain. Donnie has been engaged multiple times but never married. He has spoken openly about loneliness, about longing for companionship, and about the sacrifices his calling demanded. He questioned whether marriage was part of God's plan for him. Those questions never fully disappeared. Then came more health scares. In 2019, serious surgery complications nearly cost him his life. Then COVID-19 reshaped ministry entirely. And finally, cancer. Which brings us back to that moment on Tamron Hall's stage. Thin, tired, but unbroken. Donnie didn't minimize the fight. He didn't dramatize it either. "Don't let the weight loss fool you," he said. "I'm fighting strong." Then he prayed. And Tamron Hall was moved to tears. Today, Donnie McClurkin continues to pastor, record, and plan a scaled-back return to touring. He uses his platform to advocate for early cancer screenings, especially in the Black community. His virtual benefit concerts have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. His podcast and radio show continue to encourage millions. But his greatest legacy has never been awards. It's the permission he gives people to be honest. To be broken and beloved at the same time. To struggle without surrendering purpose. Donnie McClurkin's life teaches us that trauma doesn't get the final word. That healing is a journey. That faith doesn't mean the absence of pain, but the refusal to let pain define you. His story reminds us that sometimes the most powerful voice isn't the one that's never been broken. It's the one that learned to sing through the cracks. And at 66 years old, facing cancer with scars that reach back to childhood, Donnie McClurkin is still standing. If this story moved you, encouraged you, or made you reflect, share your thoughts in the comments. Has Donnie's music helped you through a difficult season? And what does it mean to stand when everything in you feels weak? Let's talk about it.